NYYST. This is New York, Yankee sports talk. Swinging for the fences, knock it out the park. This is New York, Yankee sports talk. Christian and Chris, of course SGR. This is New York, Yankee sports talk. Homie, New York, Yankee sports talk. Record, rain or shine, grab your shades and umbrellas. NYYST, you're hanging with the fellas.
Welcome back. This is episode 367 of the NYYST podcast. We are live on NYY Underground. I am your host, Christian, as always, with my co-host, Chris.
You.
And he's back. SGR.
Okay. Wait a second.
All right.
Wait a second. Okay, go ahead.
SGR, how was your assignment? Did you complete your assignments?
Completed my assignment with room to spare. We got a lot of good stuff. We got a lot of good stuff going on in the chat right now. So if you're in the chat live on NYYU, smack the like The Rock smacked Cody Rhodes a few minutes ago. Oh, yeah, already going for the Rock reference.
All
nice.
Right. Bang. Subscribe to NYYU, and if you're listening on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, leave us a 5-star rating and review, and go outside right now and say, hey, buddy, you heard of NYYST? You heard of NYYU? Tell a friend.
Garcia.
Tell a friend.
Tell a few friends.
Tell multiple friends.
Ra.
Tell your
Yankee
aunt,
King in the
tell
chat.
your uncle.
All right, so
Dane,
be a part.
our farm
Also,
report boy. Dane.
Be a part of the show today. Pete dropped the number in the chat. Leave us a voicemail. If we get any, we'll listen and react before we sign off later today. So do that. Okay.
I like that.
Okay.
Big game on Sunday. The Taylor Swifts against the Brock Purdy's. Okay.
You know what the worst part of it is? And I just realized it this week. Like, it's fucking annoying seeing Taylor Swift, but whatever. I mean, it is what it is, right?
Being an excellent role model for your
I don't give a fuck. She loves Taylor Swift. I tell her.
Oh, I don't want to see a successful woman on TV supporting her husband.
Here we go. You fucking soft fucking
what is this
idiot.
pod? I'm off 2 weeks. And what did this turn into?
This is what
dude?
it turned into. It's fucking
holy.
But I'll tell you the worst part, and I don't know if you caught this, but every time Travis Kelce's doing an interview now, it's got to be like, finish the lyric, and they like give him like a Taylor Swift lyric.
Oh, like they're quizzing him, or like where he is on. She is on tour.
Yeah,
I don't really know anything about her, like personally, but based on her public perception or persona, I can't imagine that she really likes him. I just can't. He's such a douchebag.
Oh my god.
Yeah, a lot of douchebags we're going to talk about in this episode.
Okay.
Few douchebags we got to talk about in this fucking episode.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm fired up again. I'm fired up.
Chris is fired up again?
Yeah, back-to-back weeks, man.
Sylvester Stallone is on TikTok. That's exciting.
Okay.
Okay.
Boy. Great tribute to Carl Weathers, by the way, that he gave.
Yeah, I do have to just say that real quick. R.I.P. to the legend Carl Weathers, who passed away last week. You guys know how big of a fan of Rocky I am, and that franchise is not what it is today without the contributions of Carl Weathers as Apollo Creed. I named my dog after the character, because I'm not one of these basic bitches that name their dog Rocky. Like, that's just basic shit.
Okay.
So we went hardcore.
Named Creed. Okay. You went with the side character. Okay.
You can't call Apollo Creed a side character.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, the movie is called Rocky. Okay.
Okay, it is. Okay, but
that voicemail number, by the way, not to disrespect Carl Weathers, because he is a fucking legend. And if you don't even like Rocky, you definitely saw Happy Gilmore.
Or Arrested Development. He was awesome in Arrested Development.
He was in Arrested Development.
Yeah,
that's right.
You got a stew going. They made it like a caricature of like.
Yes, he did. He was on a TV.
Hold on.
Finding
OG.
Yes,
the OG. Yes.
Oh,
he plays himself. He plays himself, but he's
right.
Like
he was
a
He was an
version
actor
of himself. Where he like cuts corners and finds like ways to save money.
I got to go back and watch. Netflix Arrested Development sucks.
Yeah, no,
Netflix,
they kind of ruined it pretty much.
But OG Fox Arrested Development.
OG Fox Arrested Development, one of the best shows.
Yeah, for sure.
Amazing.
That voicemail number, by the way, 804-592-6160. I'll say that one more time. Drop us a voicemail. We will play it during this episode.
Also, Chris's social security number.
Okay, 154. Okay, 804-592-6160.
You know, somebody can get your whole life just by those 3 numbers you just gave out.
You think so?
Absolutely. You don't think so?
They could definitely get the last 4 because you always give the last 4 and everything, right? The last 4 is what everyone asks for.
Ooh, we got a super chat.
Wow.
Okay.
From Big Sexy Yankee.
Okay.
All caps. Cole, Bauer, Rodon, Strowman, Cortez would be amazing.
All right, let's
Agreed,
start
bro.
there since Big Sexy Yankee brought up the elephant
Thanks,
in the
Big
room.
Sexy.
Thank you, Big Sexy.
Trevor Bauer was on with Theo Vaughn, I believe it was.
Yeah, I want to watch that.
And he said that basically, just to get the gist of what he said here, is that he wants a team to pay him league minimum, but have escalators in the contract where if he performs like a top pitcher, he'll get paid by like 1, but league minimum, and if he sucks, cut him. Right? Sounds great in theory, and you know, a lot of we're desperate. Desperate probably, I guess, is a maybe
not a good word for that, but keep going.
What?
You think that's Trevor Bauer being desperate?
No, I think
No,
it. Listen, first of all, he's very desperate. You don't think he's he's not getting a
Desperate for
job.
what?
A job?
He could make more than that in Japan. How is that?
He
being
wants to pitch
desperate?
here though.
Okay.
So he's desperate to come back to the major leagues.
Yeah, because he has something to prove. Wouldn't you be a little desperate if
Okay.
your whole fucking life was ripped apart for no reason?
First of all, okay.
I'm sorry,
First
dude.
of all,
I'll back up.
that's not even where I was going. I was going
Okay.
to say that
All
the
right.
Yankees fans, especially, are desperate
Yes.
to add starting pitching to this team.
Yes.
And Trevor Bauer is now out there campaigning to pitch for league minimum. And we know that the Yankees are in a situation right now where every dollar they spend is really $2.10 based on the tax rate that they're at right now. So for a guy that was willing to pitch for league minimum and has been a Cy Young, it seems very attractive. Okay. And now he was on Theo Vaughn and said that there's no pending litigation against him, which is great for him, that this is not going to be an axe hanging over him or the potential team that signs him during the course of the season, because that was one of the biggest reasons I didn't want the Yankees to go near him, because if he still had these outstanding cases, what are you going to do if something pops off in August? Now
Correct.
You can't make a move, right?
Correct.
And he's suspended again. But still, this is me. I don't want him here because of the fucking circus it's going to cause. It has nothing to do with what
You're
he's
okay. Wait, hold on. Just hold on a second. What circus from who? Because there's a big discrepancy.
The media.
from the
between-
media.
Okay. Don't care about the media. You
Well,
want to talk about fucking clubhouse circus?
Okay.
Then we'll talk about Marcus Stroman too.
I don't
Because
think
all you should
Okay.
care about is how it affects the team playing.
Okay.
Marcus Strowman is not nearly the he's not going to nearly cause the circus that fucking Trevor Bauer is going to
But who
cause.
generates that? Trevor Bauer or the media?
First, and you don't think Trevor Bauer is going to, unless he's really turned over a
It
new leaf.
sounds like he has, to be honest. But putting all that aside,
And here's the no. Let's put
You
this.
finish.
Let's put this on the table. Who vouched for Marcus Strowman?
don't
Garrett
know.
Cole.
Garrett
Okay.
Cole. You
Aaron
think Garrett
Judge.
Cole's going to go to
Okay.
Brian Cashman and Hal Steinbrenner and say, no, it's cool?
No.
he should.
No.
If he wants to win a
Okay.
championship,
Garrett. Yeah,
Do you
come on.
think? First of all, do you think that Trevor Bauer is worth the headache he's going to cause?
yes. At league minimum? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Put aside all the bullshit because I don't know. Last time I checked, we lived in the United States of America. Okay.
He's not guilty of anything, correct?
Right. So the last time I checked, now maybe I'm wrong. Maybe in 2024 I missed something here because of the way things are trending. I thought you were innocent until proven guilty.
No, it's guilty until proven innocent.
Right,
And then
okay,
still,
right.
and then
It's
still,
different
and
in
then
the
still
big
guilty.
entertainment
difference.
industry.
Right.
It's different in the entertainment industry because it's more about the reputation of the league and then the stories behind that. It might not. Yes, he's innocent in the court of law, but the court of good old public opinion, that's going to be too much of a story for a lot of these teams to want to try out and damage their reputation.
Let him go somewhere else.
I don't even want to have this conversation
before
Let
he
him
comes
go
here.
somewhere else.
Right.
We can get him at league minimum. The
He
dude
said,
had a great year in
Here's
Japan.
the quote.
He just won a Cy Young.
Here's his
I
quote
mean,
He
from
didn't
the
just
talking
he
about
didn't
here?
he won
What
a
are
Cy
we
Young in a COVID year. What do you mean
What
he
are
just
we
won a Cy
talking
Young?
about? Well, what are we talking? Tell the quote, and then I want to ask a
All right.
question.
He said, I'll play for the league minimum. I just want to play. That way, if you sign me and don't like the reaction or something's not going right, you can cut me. That's the big quote.
Fair. Hold on a second. Who would you rather have? Trevor Bauer league minimum or Blake Snell with the contract he's gonna ask for?
Who's more proven in Major League Baseball?
Ho-
You're gonna tell me that things like money and prospects don't matter.
Oh no, they don't matter to me.
Okay, so why not sign the reigning Cy Young Award winner as opposed to a guy that hasn't pitched in the big leagues in 3 years and
kicking
won
the
a Cy
wisdom.
Young in the COVID year?
Old Sarge. All right, here's Jeff J's opinion. All right, and the Super Chat, he's been a member for 7 months. All right, he wants the Yankees to sign Bauer, have him sit down with Hal, and donate $100,000 to a charity that supports abused women. Sorry, I'm not laughing at that, but it's just I wasn't expecting it to go through. Then let him go win us 15 games with an ERA under 3. Oh, I thought that was a heart symbol, dude. Jeff, under 3. Yeah, it's the less than 3. It's the less than symbol if you are a mathematician. Thanks, Jeff. We good? Did I get disconnected or something?
Oh no, you're there.
Oh, okay.
Chris
Okay.
froze
Okay.
again.
Yeah, no, he was just no. I can't hear you, Chris.
Okay.
I didn't freeze.
Okay, he didn't freeze, Christian.
Okay, he didn't freeze.
No.
I'm not one of these people that are like, oh, I don't want Trevor Bauer. He did bad things. I don't care. I do care. If he did what he was accused of, then obviously it's deplorable. He shouldn't be anywhere near a baseball field. But apparently there's no pending charges. He hasn't been proven guilty of
Hirsch.
anything. Okay.
Yeah.
He should be given an opportunity to come back and play in the major leagues. But for me, as a Yankee fan, I don't want this guy around the team right now. These are not Joe Torre's Yankees. These are not Joe Girardi's Yankees where you can stick this volatile personality in the fucking clubhouse and expect it to work. These are Aaron Boone's Yankees. There's a big difference. I don't. This might be more about the manager than it is the player for me.
That's sad. I mean, then why even root for this team right now? And I don't disagree with you, to be honest. I really don't. But then it just goes back to the question.
Do you want Garrett Cole answering these questions
why do
about
you love
Trevor
this
Bauer?
organization then right now?
Yeah, I'd rather just focus on the game. Maybe we have a history, but let's just move past it.
Is this
how
on Garrett
soft are
Cole though?
they?
Is this Garrett Cole? Like, if that is something that happens, he's the kind of guy that could nip that kind of dialogue right away.
I don't know. I just don't
Listen,
think
enough.
that-
All right, enough.
again,
There was
we-
a history. We had beef. We're moving on.
I guess he could go to Hal and say, take a shot at him. If he does, then go for
I
it.
don't know. It's up for debate. We got a couple super chats here. Kyle says, I would not mind Bauer in league minimum. Plus, if something comes up, he can be cut. If he starts acting up, let him go. Come on, DJ Steels. I don't want to read that. Super chat. I'm just going to read it anyway. Who got slapped harder? Rhodes or Herman's misses? Rhodes, I guess maybe he meant Bauer. I don't know.
I
man.
mean, one is a
Who's
entertainment.
Rhodes?
Cody Rhodes.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
That's
one
the
is
rest of it.
one is entertainment
Lost.
and one is domestic battery. I mean, like I
on,
know we like to toe the line here, but I think that just
that crossed it.
that might have crossed it.
Am I affiliated with that?
You might.
I'm just reading. I was just reading the messages.
Sorry, I
don't know.
missed it. I did have something serious going on right now. Not
It's fine.
personally, but
Do you have to leave?
no.
Okay. You got number C? Okay, you got to go number 2. Okay.
You know, we could have this talk about Bauer all we want, but there's one thing that's true, is that it wouldn't be necessary. It wouldn't be necessary if this team did all it took to be the best team on the field
Okay.
in 2024. And
All
that
right.
and that's the truth. That's objective, right? It's objective. If let's just say, let's throw a name out there, Corbin Burnes, right, was in this rotation.
Oh, I didn't know Chris does the segues now. Okay.
I'm just saying.
Big segue
Hold
guy.
on. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Because
rides on a segue.
we're
Okay.
debating about something, and as we're debating it, it's hitting me. It's like they got us doing this again.
Okay.
They got us feuding with each other instead of the organization.
I'm not feuding with anybody. I just gave my
I'm
I
talking
gave
about
my
everyone
opinion.
out there. Yeah. And guess what? Your opinion's valid. Like, no one can argue with what you're saying. All I'm saying is, yeah, maybe I am a little desperate. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm dealing with a team who tells me that, shows me they're going all in and then doesn't. And then I'm like, okay, you know, they dropped their pants for a few guys, and now it seems like they don't want to. So Trevor Bauer at league minimum sounds pretty damn. I'll put aside all of the semantics of everything else, and just give me the guy then. Like, we need to risk something somewhere. When are we going to risk something somewhere? Give me that.
Yeah,
I'll
the risk
clubhouse
factor.
culture. Fine.
We have another super chat here from
Wow.
Jeff, our boy Jeff, 7-month member. He was real, and this is about Bauer. He was really good in Japan. He costs just money. If Cole is good with it, sign him. We can trade for Cease at the deadline. We have signed abusers, cokeheads, and roid users. Lock up winning the ALCS, then sign Soto. Anthony Garcia also wanted to chime in. Chris, if it's about you taking a piss, your emergency, just piss on the wall like Christian does.
Yeah, wow, that's a great reference.
That's a
back to an
callback
older
right there.
episode. Yeah. That's a great fucking
Good shit,
job, man.
Anthony.
Who put that?
That was Anthony Garcia, our boy.
Dude, Garcia. My man.
Garcia.
So I don't know. I don't see the Yankees doing it. There's other avenues they can take.
Yeah.
I don't see that happening. Nor do I honestly think that it should. You can disagree with me, that's fine. If you're talking about just pure talent, obviously you take a shot at them at league minimum, but there's just this team is not in a position to. And you already added Marcus Strowman. You said that, and you think he's going to be a pain in the ass. Now you're going to put him in there too.
Also, if you want,
and this. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ron.
No. I was just gonna bring up like the offseason going into last year. What was that narrative that was potential going into the year? The booze of Donaldson and Hicks being out there, and how you just didn't want to start the season on that kind of foot, and that's kind of where the season went from there. It was just a spiral of negativity at that point. Maybe let's start as positive as we can, and that's a guy that might not, along with Strowman, you know, if he's in there too, that might not be the media or the stories that you really want at the beginning of the year.
The Yankees are going to be the pitchers and catchers, and some of them most of them, anyway, are down there already. But they have to officially report on Wednesday. So, I mean, we'll see. Blake Snell's still out there. Part of me still thinks that those two sides are going to find their way back to each other. Now, before we get into Corbin Burnes and what was reportedly asked for him, is that we had heard that it was 5 for 125 that the Yankees put in front of Snell. Everybody still is in agreement or reporting that that's the only contract offer that he's received. And then earlier this week, Heyman came out and said that the Yankees actually offered more than what they're paying Rodon for to Blake Snell. But he's steadfast on this 9 for 270. So I don't know. As we approach closer, you know, does Blake Snell possibly say, "Hey, get me in somewhere, even short term, get me a hefty payday, and then let me hit the market again next year"? Because if the Yankees said, you know, they did something like I don't know, 3 for 120 and gave him an opt out after every year, and he fucking left, I wouldn't care. It shows a commitment to trying to win this season.
No, it'll be interesting. He has to make a decision soon, though. You know, they're coming. So it's you don't really want a guy that's not going to be there from the start of camp.
I don't know. The San Francisco Giants, a lot of people keep mentioning them. They've been trying to spend money for 2 years now, and it hasn't exactly worked out.
Yeah, so then we got some more super chats. Scott says a public relations nightmare. No. Kyle, again in the super chat. Sign Blake Snell. Kyle wants Snell.
Would you?
And thank you, fellas, for the super
Would
chat.
you say? So, let's just put aside everything except for the player on the field for just a minute.
Okay.
Would you say this team's better with Blake Snell in the rotation or Trevor Bauer?
Blake
It's not
Snell.
even. It's not even a debate right now.
Well, age, durability.
Just recency too, bias.
Recent. It's a recent, just based on a recency bias.
Who
If you're
played in the major leagues last year,
if you had to win one game, who are you putting on the mound? Blake Snell or Trevor Bauer?
Blake Snell.
Exactly.
Now. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so let's just take it breakdown by breakdown. Now let's go into the public, the let's call it the reception of either player. Blake Snell wins there too, right? I mean, Blake Snell's kind of a prick. He kind of has a little chip on his shoulder, but
he made some. I wouldn't even call him stupid, but just I guess smart-assy or silly comments about COVID in 2020, like that whole "I ain't catching no Rona" shit. Like, what else has he done that you would even?
I don't
remember?
mind what he said. Like,
no, but I'm saying, like, what else?
Cool.
But it was just like weird.
It was
the
just
way,
weird how he said it.
Yeah.
It
So,
was
like, what
he's a
else is?
punk.
Yeah, like, what else has he done that you remember off the field?
Yeah, I guess nothing. So he wins there, and then the only place he doesn't really win, we'd have to really break down the cost and say, is the cost of Trevor Bauer on a 1-year deal where we have Soto right now, we're really trying to win this year. Is that okay, so this team's clearly not willing to sacrifice the future still because we wouldn't get Corbin Burnes for people who don't exist yet in Major League Baseball, but whatever. We're clearly not ready to sacrifice too much of the future. So does Trevor Bauer make more sense in that regard? Or does it not matter? And can we get Blake Snell for what for more money and what he's asking?
So how does Blake Snell affect the Yankees' future? Other than
with the money, with the contract you're gonna have to give him. That's what I'm
so
talking
if you give
about.
him, yeah,
don't
well,
roll your eyes because the Yankees we deal with now, that does affect their future.
But again, if he's looking for, maybe the Yankees can get creative with the contract.
But hold on, you can't fight for a creative contract and then also tell me you're not willing to sign Bauer. Like, I'm sorry, there's only so much I'm willing to like bend here for this team. We didn't get Corbin Burnes, right? We didn't. We could have. We didn't. Mm-hmm. Now I got to bend and say, oh, if they can get creative with fucking Blake Snell, oh, it's too much of a circus for Bauer. How many more excuses are we going to come up with? I'm sorry, I'm done. I'm done bending here. You have to give me, not you, the team. They have to give me some type of a vision here.
Yeah.
The vision is a starting pitcher. Now, do you not want to deal with the circus that Bauer might come with? Fine. I don't mind. But then you better fucking break the bank for Blake Snell.
Break the bank for Snell?
Fine.
So if
you
they
don't want to
offered
break the bank for Blake Snell, then you better give up fucking Spencer Jones for Corbin Burnes.
All right. Sorry, Christian. I'm just gonna bring up our boy Ra, who's got a super chat for us, and it was along those lines with Spencer Jones. The Yankees kill me. They never want to make trades when it absolutely hurts. Spencer Jones is not helping you now. He's blocked. They did this with Clint Frazier. Just wanted to bring that in there a little.
Well, here's the thing, right? Because there's a lot to talk about regarding Spencer Jones.
Okay.
Blake Snell versus Trevor Bauer. If you do not account money, which that to me is the only thing Trevor Bauer has in his favor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Comparing the two, sure.
One guy hasn't pitched in the big leagues in 3 years. The other guy just won a Cy Young last year. So you tell me.
Okay, that's
even said so yourself.
A fine argument. That's a fine argument.
So
but
yourself.
Out of your mouth, in the same breath, you can't say they got to get creative.
No, I didn't
then
say.
It's got to be fucking go for it.
Go
for Snell.
If they get creative, if they already offered him a long-term contract.
Yeah.
How creative you want him to get, man? How creative? It doesn't seem like too many people are creative in this organization anymore.
Well, we'll see.
I'm sorry. Who did Corbin Burnes get traded for? A bag of sunflower seeds and someone named Hall.
Yeah. So why did they demand the Yankees' top prospect?
Because someone doesn't know how to fucking negotiate anymore.
Dude.
Someone lets his ego get in the way and hangs up the fucking phone. That's the only explanation. It's the only one. And so we're right back to where we were. We're right back to where we were. This guy, no matter who they bring in, no matter what happens, where it's a one-off, where we're all fucking excited, right? We're all fucking giddy. Yankees are back. They're the fucking empire. No, they're not. That's what they do now. We get to the edge. We get to the fucking edge. And then they do something and we pull back a few feet. Right? And then we might even start building a fence so that we can't get to that edge again. And then all of a sudden, all this happens. And we're right back to the fucking edge, dude. So we're right back to it. We're right back to wasting our fucking time with the front office of this organization.
Okay.
Do you disagree?
I would have a better I would be more in agreement with you had they have not traded for Juan Soto this offseason.
What did they hold on?
Go ahead and say something ridiculous
hold on.
right now.
What does Juan Soto do
Okay,
when
what
we have
does he
all
do?
these question marks in the rotation?
What does Juan Soto do? Okay, what does he do?
Wait a second.
You know what he
What?
does, Christian?
Wait a
He
second.
puts
What does it
people
do,
in
Chris?
seats. He
Wait a
puts
second.
people in seats. He gets them back to October,
Okay.
and then it's a fucking. We're back in the crapshoot again.
Okay.
What was the team's biggest need this offseason?
Correct.
Left-handed
Hole
power.
filled.
Okay.
Was that the only hole?
No. But when you
okay,
take
done,
when you
done.
fill
Debate
when
over.
you fill
Okay.
your biggest
Done.
need
Debate
with
over. That's
the-
not how debates work.
when you fill your biggest need with a player of his caliber, okay?
Okay, credit. You want me to give him a standing ovation? You want me to give him credit?
Open a day.
Here we go. Here, and look.
He targeted
They
they targeted
ovation.
to improve this offense. And you cannot say that they didn't.
They did.
Okay.
Okay, now there's other targets. Like, hold on. If you're in an obstacle course, right? Let's just say it.
No,
And you do the first part of it. Do you just stop and go, we did it? We did it better than anyone. No, you got to finish the fucking course.
have they not tried?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess on Yamamoto, but they lost. Guess what? They lost.
Not
Is
through any
trying-
fault,
oh,
not
hold
through
on.
any
Are we
fault
the-
of their own.
Are we the New York Triers? Okay.
So all your aggravation.
Hold on.
comes-
No,
all
let's
your
keep going.
aggravation. No,
Did we
listen
get
to
Corbin
me.
Burnes?
All your none of this matters. All your aggravation is caused by one man,
Brian Cashman.
Shinobu Yamamoto.
Yeah.
Fuck him. Yeah, you're right. Fuck him. But guess what?
Yamamoto.
Again, it's called adversity. It's called a little adversity. You
Well,
didn't
you
get the
know
guy
what?
that you aimed for.
If
You
they
talk about creative. The word of the day is creative, right? Let's get creative.
they had no backup plan really.
Oh,
for
well,
losing
there you
him.
go. And now I just win the debate because my argument was this front office is a shit show.
Yeah.
And you just admitted they don't have a backup plan.
We do have a couple voicemails.
Oh, we
fellas,
do?
Just to
Okay.
like.
We'll get to them
let
later
you
in the
know
show.
that. All right, we'll get to
them
those
later.
Okay. Okay.
The Yankees did okay. You wanted me to say they did half the job? Maybe they did 60% of the job.
I'll give him 60.
The main thing they needed to do was improve the offense. The main thing they needed to do was bring in left-handed sticks to play in the outfield. And I think I mean, if you're arguing that they didn't do a good job in that, then I don't know what to say anymore.
Okay, hold on. I'm not arguing with you. But my question is here. So let's just start there. They did that, right? They needed to. Why did they need to do that?
Why? Because the team sucked last year?
But why do they need to do that? For what?
Because they did. What was their problem last year? They didn't score runs,
To do what, though? What does scoring runs do?
win games.
And then
Right.
eventually get you what? You win
What?
enough games, you win what?
Hopefully a championship
Okay, when do you want to win that? In 3
Oc-
years from now?
in October.
Okay, but when? This year or next year or the
I mean,
year after?
that would be the plan, right? To win this
Okay,
October.
so when the plan is to go
No,
60% right off the
not
bat
true.
and get one of the best players in baseball, you do that for this year, right? Because he's not here next year, as far as we know, correct? So
yeah.
so hold on. So now we're playing for this year because that's all we know we have Soto for. What else have they done for this year?
I would say Alex Verdugo's the move for this year.
Okay, good move. Let's give him 65,
But you
7, maybe 70%.
you hate Marcus Stroman, so it doesn't matter.
So now hold on. We saved Spencer Jones, right? Because when is he gonna make an impact? Do you
Well,
think?
we'll see. I don't think he'll be here this year, but there's
Okay,
people
so
that think that
next-
he could be.
Is Juan Soto here next year? Since that's our move that we're talking about right now.
He could be here later
Oh,
this
he
year.
could be. Yeah, could be. Another if.
Well, once Spencer Jones as an outfielder, as of right now, doesn't seem like a possibility. But
Yeah.
he's gonna play a lot of first base down in
Here's
minor
my
leagues
point.
this year.
Yeah, I'm hoping
That would
that's
make
the
him
plan.
valuable. But here's my point. If you're gonna argue Juan Soto, which I'm on board with, obviously, I'm not blind. We also have to take all the facts into account. Fact, we don't know if Juan Soto's here long term. I hope he is, but we don't know that. So I can only critique this team as of what we know. Juan Soto's here this year. So if Juan Soto's here this year, you need to do everything to win this year. And
Right,
you
and
have not shown
I
me that.
agree with you. If the Yankees were in discussions, because we said last week, I need to know what the timeline of events were, and we found out a pretty good timeline of the events. The Yankees were in discussions with fucking Montreal, Jesus, with Milwaukee.
Wow.
They weren't, but they
boy.
weren't budging off of Spencer Jones. Orioles swoop in. It seems like a fucking
Fucking
for
birdie.
a lot of people, Yankees included, felt that the package that the Orioles gave up was nowhere near what they were asking for what the Yankees were. So
I don't know.
two teams have
fellas.
again, and I said last week, you said Spencer Jones. I said Corbin Burnes, pair him with Cole. This is you might only have a 1-year window. You probably have to do it.
Yeah.
I'm not going back off of that. If you would have told me that Spencer Jones and whatever, minor shit was the deal, or even if they had to give up somebody with some name value or could turn into something, you're pairing two guys together that you have to feel pretty confident can win 4 games in a 7-game series with him and with Garrett Cole and Corbin Burnes.
Right. Yeah. And that's what kind of Jeff J in the chat just said, our super chat here. Jeff, we've crossed the Cohen line. Another good pod reference there. We traded good pitchers for the best lefty bat in MLB. We need a knockout 1A to Cole's 1. Spend money or trade. We must win this year to keep Soto.
But everything the Yankees do or don't do in this instance puts that much more pressure on Carlos Rodon's shoulders. This guy was brought here last year to be the guy that we're all supposedly chasing, whether it's Burnes or Snell or
Cease.
Yamamoto, or or you want the Yankees to go get Cease at the deadline because it doesn't look like Cease is going to be moved now, right? Think about this right now. If the Yankees got 2022 Carlos Rodon last year, do you honestly care that Yamamoto didn't sign with the Yankees? Do you honestly care that Corbin Burnes didn't get traded here? Do you be honest? Do you really care? Is
No,
that
not at
that
all.
much of a
Hold on.
priority to you?
Can I just make an amendment to that question? Does Cashman really care?
I don't think maybe Yamamoto might have been a once in a lifetime opportunity in their eyes,
Okay,
but I
fine,
don't think
but
that
other
they're
than that-
in. I don't think that they're in trying to. I think they were, from what I understand, they were actively trying to get Corbin Burnes. They didn't like the price that was attached to him for them. Be quiet for a second, okay? I don't think the Yankees are even having those discussions if Carlos Rodon came here and pitched like the 1B that we thought he was going to be.
Agreed, but he didn't. Right? So for us, of course, we wouldn't be talking about it, but neither would Cashman. And the problem is that in reality, fine, we can say it's not Cashman's fault because, again, I'll say for the 100 millionth time, I thought Rodon was the right move. You had to pick him up. He needs to be better. I'm blaming the player there. But he wasn't the guy that we thought last year. We do have too many questions. So your job as general manager is to now make up for that, whether it's the player's fault or not. And the question isn't just would we be caring? It should be, is he caring? Is the organization caring? And the answer is, yeah, they better be. I mean, when you have guys like Snell and Corbin Burnes who are available, you have to try and get one of those guys. You have to do all it takes to get at least one of them.
Yeah. It just seems like there was an unwillingness to move Spencer Jones. That's what Slim Lewis is talking about in our super chat here. I suspect the unwillingness to trade Jones is due to their concern with Dominguez long-term, or concern with whether or not they can sign Soto long-term.
There's a lot of factors that go into that.
Good stuff, Slim.
A lot of people don't think that Dominguez is going to be a long-term center fielder here.
I get
that he'll go to a corner.
Just tell me if I'm dumb. Like, tell me if it's irrational to think this way. I don't care about long-term right now. Is it so irrational to? Maybe it is, and I'm sorry if I annoy people. Honestly, I am. But I'm not.
As a fan, it's not.
Anymore.
No, listen to me. As a fan, I understand it, because that's why we're sitting here saying things like, I would trade Corbin Burnes for Spencer Jones. I would do that if I was the Yankees. But if you're running an organization, especially the Brian Cashman, who knows he's going to be here until he doesn't want to be here anymore.
My only pushback to you is that I'm rational enough to say, if the Yankees were developing players properly,
and that's another point too, that's very fair, and
maybe I'd be more optimistic about keeping Spencer Jones.
Well, look, I said to you earlier today, there's two guys on this 2024 roster that were on the 2017 team, and remember, that was supposed to be the new core.
Yeah.
There's two guys still, well, not even still, because Tommy Kahnle's one of them, and he left and came back.
And that
you
doesn't
can't really
count.
And you can't even really count Tommy Kahnle as part of the core of that 2017 team. There's one guy. One guy is panned out.
And that's really, I guess that's what it comes down to, because a lot of Yankee fans, and look, I'm not blaming, like, I'm not saying I'm right, you're wrong. I'm just
no, but you are.
I am, but I'm just trying to be realistic here. Like, in what world do you live in? Because I'd love to join you, where you're so giddy about a prospect, and it's like, where's your proof that the Yankees will even nurture him properly? Aaron Judge? That's it? I mean, Aaron Judge is a fucking animal. He's from a different planet. You're not going to get guys like that. He's a generational player. So where do you get
Is it
off?
okay to like Spencer Jones and not want to, and say that you would prefer to not trade him? Because that's where I'm at. I would prefer not to trade this guy.
Of course, but if you're telling me Corbin Burnes was at our fingertips.
And did I not tell you that I would have done the deal?
Yes.
Now,
so why do you give a pass to Cashman?
I'm not giving him a pass. I told him, I said,
wrong?
I do think he should have pursued this more aggressively. Either trade Spencer Jones.
I think he's more wrong. Let me just make this clear. I think he's worse at his job because of the fact that Corbin Burnes was traded for much less, and Brian Cashman couldn't figure out a way to negotiate that deal down to a point where they still snagged him. I think that's what makes him worse. But at the end of the day, the worst part is that they just didn't get him at all.
I honestly, I don't know. Somebody from Baltimore can tell me this. I don't feel like Baltimore really is hurting by this deal. Like, I don't think this deal really hurts them.
Do we just not know enough about the guys they gave up?
D.L. Hall has nasty stuff. He's got like 4 pitches that grade at 70 or higher from what I read about him, but he has no control.
So he's a Justice Sheffield?
Well, I don't know. Well, I think, again, Dane and Carlos do an amazing job on the Yankee Farm Report right here on NYYU. They do an amazing job. They're educating me and on a lot of these guys, that even guys that I've heard of, guys that I haven't heard of what their tools are, what their deficiencies are. So if you really want to go in depth and learn about this farm system, watch the Farm Report on NYYU. These guys, Dane and Carlos, are doing an amazing job of it. Okay.
Okay.
But again, you know, what they're looking at and what I see are different at times because they're focusing on the development of these players at a minor league level, what their tools are. All I'm looking at is, to me, as a fan of the
Names of what
major
we've
league
heard.
team, where's the major league talent? Where's the top end major league talent on that this team has produced?
Yeah, I agree. And let me ask you guys a quick question. Before the Burnes deal,
And before Dane is awesome, huge prospect hugger because that's what he. But I get it because that's what he does, right?
Mm-hmm.
right?
Said
Makes
in our
sense.
chat, he would trade Corbin Burnes for Spencer Jones. He'd do it if he was the Yankees.
Huh.
There you go. Again, we talk about how we used to defend Boone. We don't do that. We do that to build credibility in a sense of we wanted to defend him. We used to defend him. We rationally break apart what he does wrong, and same thing can be said for that. You're a prospect hugger. You're still saying Jones should have been traded. That's saying something when you're evaluating that deep. But let me ask you a question, both of you.
Okay.
Before the Burnes deal happens, what do you grade the Yankees offseason?
I think I told you I was at a B plus.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was in my head. B plus.
Okay. Does that change after the Burnes deal?
If they were to acquire him, are you saying? Or
No.
the lack thereof?
Yes.
No, because there's still people out there that they can push that up. So I'll keep it here, and then maybe at the end of all of this, look back on it and change the grade. But
So
there's
Snell
still...
goes somewhere, Bauer goes somewhere, it doesn't go anywhere at all. You're saying then maybe that B plus goes down.
Maybe, but they tried to get Corbin Burnes. They tried to get Blake Snell. So at least they were trying, where with that shortstop market, they weren't even calling these guys. So at least they were...
They're identifying what the problem is. It's just that they're not closing the deal on it. Whereas with like Brian, you're right. With the shortstop market, they're like, okay, fuck this.
Yeah.
When
Do
Volpe's
you
ready,
think I'm
we're
fair for saying I don't care how hard they tried?
no that's
Outside of a Yamamoto type thing, because we know at the end of the day, he didn't want to pitch here.
that's fine. And you're right. You can feel however you want to feel, but at least maybe it's not Corbin Burnes. Maybe it wasn't Yamamoto, but they identified that there was a problem. I mean, again, this is the argument I get into with people when they say the Yankees didn't do enough to improve the offense. What the fuck is Alex Verdugo? Is he a piece of shit?
No, I love the Verdugo deal. As long as they also got Soto, which they did.
Okay. And I agree with you that there needed to be a Soto to the Strowman is, if Strowman is Verdugo, there needed to be a Soto in that as well.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But again, this rotation, on paper at least, is better than it was last year.
Yeah, I mean, it should be.
It should be. So it's not like they didn't. That's why I'm saying, like, they know what the issue is. They could have done nothing. There's a lot of people that like Will Warren and think that he can give them 160, 170 innings this year and be a guy that pitches to a high 3, mid 4 ERA. You stick him at the back end of the rotation. The Yankees could have easily done that. We know that they have done shit like that in the past. But at least you could say, and again, I know the end game is winning the World Series, but they brought Marcus Strowman in. And as much as I didn't like him, if the guy's healthy, it's an improvement on the talent of this ball club. So they did do that. And when they could have just said, we'll just see what this Warren kid has. Now you got another veteran in there, at least. A guy that is going to pitch well if he stays on the mound.
Yeah, we had L.I. Yankee King, a member for 9 months. Yeah, okay. Kind of against what we're saying here.
Do you have an encyclopedia worth of fucking trades here?
Trading Spencer Jones for Burnes would have been a dumb move. And all caps, Burnes is a rental.
I don't care.
And the plan for the Yankees for the rotation is Warren/Hampton.
Listen to me right now, okay? Now you people have gotten me fired up here, okay? He's a rental. He's a rental. He's a rental. How many World Series have the Yankees won in the last 15 years?
Zero.
When's the last time they got close? How many years ago was that now?
36,
Going on 7
seasons?
years. How many postseason games did the Yankees appear in last season?
Zero.
You're gonna fucking tell me about rentals now? You're gonna come at me with rentals? Oh, he's a rental.
Also,
I'm not trading this
what
for a
is-
rental.
What's Spencer Jones's MLB numbers? Are they good?
MLB The Show?
Yeah, are they good?
There aren't any.
Oh. Okay.
When are you guys going to understand that the New York Yankees are playing with a finite amount of time right here? Garrett Cole and Aaron Judge, I love those two fucking guys to death. They are on the wrong side of 30 right now. Juan Soto could be one and done. But we'll wait till next year. We'll wait till next year. How many more times do you want to say that?
Exactly, dude. That's exactly how I
Yeah.
feel. How many more
It's always
times
next year.
do we want to keep saying we can't sacrifice the future? We can't do this. He's a rental. I don't. This is why I said to the Yankee fans who listen to this show, as tough as it is to wrap your head around, like no other year matters except the year in front of you right now. Try to think that way. Just try for a second, because I promise you, it's going to be like a fucking switch when all of a sudden you're like, what happened to Judge? Why is he only hitting 28 home runs, 32 home runs?
Garrett Cole only tops out at 94 now?
Garrett Cole has a 4.6 ERA?
I don't think he'll ever be that bad.
You don't think he'll ever have one season of that?
No, why? Justin Verlander's never been that bad. And he's 40 now.
Okay, fine. Well, the only reason why I went that high is because didn't Cole just have like a 3.98 2 years ago?
No, it wasn't that. It was nowhere near 4. It was in the mid 3s.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't nowhere near 4. It was high
It
for
was what,
him.
3.5?
It was like 3.5, which is unacceptable for
Fine,
being an
3.8.
ace, but it wasn't fucking near 4.
You get my point, dude. You get my
Jesus
point. It's going
Christ.
to happen out of nowhere. And then you're going to go, oh, man, I thought we were building around Soto, but he's not here anymore. Oh, man, fucking, we already seen the breakdown of DJ LeMahieu. Oh, man, Austin Wells isn't working out.
Giancarlo Stanton's 50 and needs a wheelchair
man,
to get
Stanton needs a pinch runner before he even reaches first base.
He's like Babe Ruth in the late 30s.
Oh man, Anthony Rizzo's out again with back issues. Like, I get it. In your head, it's ideal, right? You want to think of a bright future, but right now the future doesn't matter because you've invested. Look, I always go back to 2009. The Yankees invested a lot of money, and it was a big risk, right? But they won. And then 3-4 years later, dude, actually, let's just go to 2016. How tough was that to watch? With all these contracts just
That thing
eating up.
crumbled within 3 years. It crumbled.
Right. Within 3 years, it crumbled. And
But do you care?
No. That's my point. Is that the Yankees, whether you want to believe it or not, because everyone calls Hal cheap, the Yankees have invested a lot of money right now in this team. And you'd have to imagine they're going to invest money in Juan Soto. So how much more money do you want to talk future? How much more money do you want to invest before you win a World Series? And then you have all these contracts. You have the Judge contract, the Cole, the Juan Soto, all these contracts getting to how it was post 2009, but without that ring.
$700 million to the two best players in baseball, or up there, whatever. I don't care. And Judge and Cole. But we'll wait till next year. We'll keep waiting till next year.
Do you agree with that? They have too much money invested to keep waiting for future or holding future pieces. Like, because you've invested that money and because you've traded for a guy like Juan Soto, it is all or nothing now. Like, you need to get this done now because
I'm telling you, listen, can I ask you this question right now? I want you guys to be completely honest, and I want the chat. I want the chat to answer this as well. Okay, you guys in the chat right now, I want you to answer this question right now. I'm going to give you a hypothetical scenario. The Yankees trade Spencer Jones for Corbin Burnes, right?
Mhm.
Corbin Burnes pitches like the ace we think he is. He's on a fucking parade float with Garrett Cole and Aaron Judge and Juan Soto in November. The Yankees win 28. Corbin Burnes is like, see ya, goes and takes a massive contract somewhere else. Spencer Jones goes on to become Mickey Mantle, but the Yankees have that World Series. Do you really care how good Spencer Jones turned out to be?
You want to know something?
In 15 years, when you look back on that trade, do you really care that Spencer Jones got traded? Answer that question. If the Yankees win the World Series,
I'll be there at Old Timers Day when they invite Corbin Burnes back just to fill some seats and give him a standing ovation and look at my son and say, that's the fucking guy they got that put him over the top and won them that World Series.
Because the Yankees didn't just win a World Series. They didn't win a World Series last year. They didn't win a World Series 2 years ago where you can say, oh, well, you know what? Spencer Jones is probably not worth trading at this point. We got some equity right now. We just won a World Series. Let's hold on to him. Corbin Burnes is not in our price range. You don't have a ring on Garrett Cole's finger. You don't have a ring on Aaron Judge's finger, okay? If you did, even if they did that 5 years ago, let's say they won. Well, Cole's only been here since 2020, and it's a COVID year. But let's say that these guys have been here for a long time, like 5, 6, 7 years ago, whatever it is. You want to use a number like that. And those guys had a ring. And you still said that about a guy like Spencer Jones. You might get me to even say, you're probably right. At least we got one for those guys. You have 0 for those guys. I do not want to live in a world where the Yankees retire Garrett Cole's number, which they're going to do. I don't want to live in a world where they're going to retire Aaron Judge's number, which they're going to do. And it doesn't say fucking World Series champion on the plaque. I don't want to live in that world. And that's what a lot of you guys want to live in because you are afraid to do what it absolutely is necessary to try to win. You got a lot of people, a lot of fans do not have the stomach, don't have the balls to go all in on a season. The Yankees needed to go all in this year. I'm not saying that they didn't. They needed to do it. And Corbin Burnes would have been the ultimate fuck you. We're in it for this season. And if it doesn't work out, you know what? What do I always say? What's the one thing I've been saying for years now? I just want to put my head on the pillow at the end of the night after they get eliminated, if they don't win, saying they did everything in their power to win. And I have not been able to say that. And if they got Corbin Burnes, I would be able to do that at least.
And here's another just quick perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say 2 years pass now. Let's say it's 2026. And the Yankees, they just still don't have the team to go forward. You have to start switching your mentality into rebuild.
Right, because Judge and Cole are not in their primes anymore.
Okay, so now here's my question. Who out of all the guys you have money invested in, who are you trading for a rebuild? Aaron Judge?
Not unless you're going to pick up $30 million a contract.
And even if you are you really trading Aaron Judge? I mean, could you imagine Derek Jeter getting traded for a rebuild?
No, because Derek Jeter was. You're not trading the captain. The guy's the captain, so he's not getting traded.
Exactly. That's my point. You trade. I mean, I guess maybe you trade Garrett Cole. Like, who are you trading to rebuild this team? When you're investing money in guys that are franchise guys like these two have been proven to be, and then you're telling me you're going to slap some money on Juan Soto long term? You better be getting Corbin Burnes for Spencer Jones.
Yeah.
What world are you living in?
Kevin Cruz wants to know, super chat, what's Spencer Jones'
ground ball
percentage? Yeah. Another super chat here from Slim Lewis. Man, don't ever compare Stanton to Ruth. Ruth won 4 rings and hit 341 with 41 home runs at age 37.
And he also need, because we said that he needed a pinch runner like Ruth did at the end of his career, like hit the ball.
Come on.
When he had fucking remember when he was all like old and shit and he couldn't, it was just like
a fake leg.
He didn't have a fake
What
leg.
would he
but
hit? What would he hit it, and then someone would run right from the
yes,
fucking
I
batter's
believe
box?
that. The rules were different.
That is
back then.
that
They didn't
how?
care.
I thought that was just a
Oh, I
wiffle
was
ball
just
thing.
joking. I didn't know that was a real thing.
At least
So-
that's how they portrayed it in some of the biopics of him. I don't know if it actually
Yeah.
happened.
Probably not
Yeah.
true.
You know, I know a lot of people that don't even think Babe Ruth was real. So
Yeah, I don't.
Alright.
of course you don't.
You suck, dude. Fucking guy sucked.
So got a couple.
Slim's
we
not
got
gonna be happy with that.
who?
Slim Lewis.
Oh,
He's pissed at
okay.
Thanks
We got
for
a
the
couple.
super chat though, Slim.
Yeah, thank a lot of super chats tonight.
Yeah,
Thank you
awesome.
very much, guys.
We
We
appreciate
appreciate it. We got a couple things we want to do before we wrap up the show here because we're approaching the hour mark. So we did run a poll.
Kind of
That
pull like a Drake pull.
you had to slip that one in.
Yeah, I had to.
Oh, apparently Drake doesn't just slip anything in there. You know, you know it. You know it's
Couple
coming.
leaks. You know it's coming. It's gonna hurt. Okay.
All right. So we asked the fans. We said, if you were the Yankees GM, would you have traded Spencer Jones in a potential deal for Corbin Burnes? 65% of the fans voted no, they would not have
Ooh.
traded Spencer Jones for Corbin Burnes. And I'll read a couple comments, but one of them was because I actually made a video on this a couple days ago. And if you haven't watched it yet, it's a minute long. If you go on NYY Underground and click shorts, it's there. Basically saying that the Yankees should have went all in on Corbin Burnes. And I posted it on my Pete actually did on the NYYU Twitter, and people were like, "Oh, somebody said something to the effect of, well, the Mets and Padres went in they went all in last year, and how'd that work out for them? It didn't. I'll be the first to admit it didn't. But did you fault the Mets for going all in? Did you fault the Padres for going all in? These were teams that saw a window to try to win, and they went for it. I will never take a shot at a team for trying to win a championship.
Absolutely.
Never.
Absolutely. And it kind of go like, if anything, I had respect for more than Mets. I had respect for them for admitting where they went wrong and trying to fix the issue right away. There was no gaslighting. It was, these guys were great on paper, not working out. Let's see what we can do. And they did it right away.
You know, again, I like Spencer Jones. If I had a perfect world, I don't trade this kid. But the Yankees need to win a World Series. They have to. This is the year. Now again, this business, what we do here, this podcast is very reactionary. Okay? We can only talk about what has happened or what hasn't happened. The Yankees didn't get Corbin Burnes. We need to react to that. The Yankees were involved in trade talks with Corbin Burnes. They passed on him. We have to react to that. Now the Yankees go out and sign Blake Snell. Who cares? You know, now this is a non-issue now, right? Would you say that? Is this a non-issue if they sign Blake Snell?
Yeah.
So then
I'm
we
still upset about it, but I'm like, okay, but guess what? They had that backup plan, and I'm good with it.
So then we'll react to that and we'll move on from this. But right now,
Yes.
Blake Snell's not a Yankee. Corbin Burnes is not a Yankee. So
I
we
think
can only
Blake Snell will be, to be honest. I do.
I could see it.
So we have to react to what's happening. And right now the Yankees have not, they got 1 foot in the water. They have not jumped in the ocean yet. 1 foot's in. And I needed them to do a polar plunge this
Polar plunge.
offseason. They needed to do it.
Polar plunge.
So that's where I'm at. That's where we're at right now, right? This is just kind of like the way that the things work around here.
Yeah.
Okay, so our boy Hunter Larson says Corbin Burnes would have made the Yankees the AL favorites and probably even World Series favorites. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely. It's not a question.
AL favorites for sure, if you think about it too, because now the team ahead of us has him.
The
So
team
it
that
would've
won the
been-
division
yeah,
last year.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
You get it knocked down.
Addition
Like-
by subtraction.
Yeah. Yep.
Our boy Mustache Griffey, we love him, right? But he
Love
says
him, boy.
Jones will be a part of the young core. The fact that he's not gone yet has proven that. So he wouldn't do it.
I think he was official Griffey, by the way. You called him out last episode. You said, maybe this is Mustache Griffey. He went back to Mustache Griffey, which
Because
I
the-
respect.
Because the avatar is still the same. So
Still the same, unless it's his burner. But I
So-
respect it.
So here's the thing about Spencer Jones that I want to touch on. He's going to play a lot of first base in the minor leagues this year. Is this
Cool. Yeah.
another? Is this another Anthony Volpe situation?
Is this
That's what
another
I was
is this
gonna bring
another
that up.
Greg Bird situation?
Is he? Are the Yankees not trading him because he's going to be the first baseman next year?
Like as in next year, as in this year coming up?
Or a possible that he if he's hitting,
It's-
especially if he's hitting well, that he comes up later in the season. Because do you think Rizzo's making it through the season?
No.
No.
You think LeMahieu's making
hope,
it through?
I hope I'm
No.
wrong.
You think LeMahieu's making it through the season?
No.
Yes.
You think LeMahieu will make it through the season?
Yeah, I have way more faith in LeMahieu than Rizzo making it through the season.
Do you want LeMahieu playing first base every day?
No.
Okay. Is Spencer Jones in theory a better if he learns and can play the position
then-
adequately? Listen. Is he a better option in theory than DJ LeMahieu?
Yeah. But then why can't Cashman come out and say, look, guys, I know it's frustrating.
Yeah.
I know Corbin Burnes was a huge miss. But just so you know, Spencer Jones
They're
isn't
not
someone-
hiding the fact that they're going to play him at first base this year.
No. Just give me something like Spencer Jones isn't 2-3 years out. We plan on if this guy is hot and we have guys go down this year, he's a major league contributor to the 2024
And-
team.
Yeah, honestly, dude, that's not a bad idea because you saw the Orioles GM do that a couple days ago or yesterday with Jackson Holiday, kind of saying that this guy's going to be up here and ready to go. He's going to be a contributor to this offense. So yeah, Spencer Jones should
And
be.
Spencer Jones is going to be in
Jackson
big
Holiday.
league. He's going to be in big league camp at
If
least
the
to start.
Yankees do that,
Mhm.
if the Yankees do that, and they can be at least a little transparent there and give me something, commit to something, commit to the fact that if someone goes down
fair.
and Spencer Jones is playing well, they have plans for him to be here. Then my perspective changes to a point of, okay, if they have faith this guy can contribute, I still want Corbin. I still wanted Corbin Burnes, but
Fair.
I at least can get on board with the fact that they think he has what it takes to contribute to this team in 2024.
Let me ask you a question. If Brian Cashman came out and said the Orioles, the Brewers wanted Spencer Jones, but we at some point this year plan on having him impact the big league club, does your opinion of not trading him change?
Seems
you-
like it would by what you
at-
just said.
Yeah, it's so tough to say. Like, would I still say, fuck, I still want Corbin Burnes? Yeah. But I'm more willing to be understanding of the mindset of passing on Corbin Burnes to see what this kid has. I'm not willing to do that when you're telling me I'm a year or 2 years out from this kid playing in Judge's prime, playing during Cole's prime, playing while Juan Soto's here. Like, everyone thinks of these prospects in a couple of years and they envision Aaron Judge hitting 60 home runs and Garrett Cole winning Cy Young and all these things, but people age, man. And like, there's only so many years that we're going to have this right now. The Yankees have the potential to be a fucking dominant force. And they've always just been a few question marks away from being that team. And Corbin Burnes is a guy that solves a lot of problems. Now, if Spencer Jones is going to come up and he's going to contribute, now we're talking a little bit of a different game, but I still disagree with passing on Burnes.
Yeah.
I'm just more willing to be accepting of it.
All right, a couple more here. This is from NYY Hulkamaniac's brother. You know I was going to read his comment.
All
right?
right.
And we got a lot of comments like this. I would not trade him for a 1-year rental. I would wait until free agency next year.
Next year.
Next year.
And
Next year.
And one more from G Avenger 3 says the future is now, not 2 or 3 years from now. Corbin Burnes would made the Yankees a serious World Series contender. Jones may be a good player down the road, but that's a risk you take if you want to be all in.
Let me tell you something. If we had a giveaway for this, that comment wins the giveaway. There's no giveaway. I'm
Right.
sorry.
But it
But
would
if there
have won.
was, it definitely would
Yeah,
have won.
nicely said. Nicely said. Pump me up a little.
So one thing we want to touch on here is the Yankees are trying to pursue a reunion with Giovanni Urshela. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
The Marlins and Angels are said to be interested as also with the Mets. Apparently he has a deal on the table from the Marlins, but it is not. It is higher than what the Yankees have supposedly offered him.
Go figure.
Is it is it a necessity? Like, is this something the Yankees should do? I mean, should they do it? Do they need to do it?
Is Spencer Jones in the talks, or are the Yankees anticipating Rizzo going down and putting DJ at first, and then Gio Urshela playing the infield? So you tell me. I mean, that sounds like a depth piece in a sense of DJ going to first base at some point. So it's just typical. It's just
So you don't want Urshela, is what you're saying.
I love Urshela. I think he's a great depth piece.
But here, I'll tell you this right now. It's just amazing that the Yankees 2 years ago said, "Oh, we love Gio, but he's no Josh Donaldson."
Yeah, right. It just shows the lack of vision. It's the lack of vision that kills me.
And then 2 years later, they're trying to bring the guy back because why? Why are they trying? Even though I tell you, no, because the Yankees held an option on him, right?
Yeah,
They held an option on him for this year.
Pretty
Why are
sure.
they trying to bring? Why are they trying to bring Gio Urshela back?
Yeah, come on, man.
Why?
Come on, man.
We don't call him Wash Donaldson around here for nothing.
Wild.
All right, we're gonna close the show with the voicemails, but do you have your pen and paper?
I have pen and paper. I have it right here.
All right.
Ready.
I saw this on TikTok yesterday, so I'm gonna give you guys what's a good 60 seconds. 60 seconds, right?
I don't like time, man. I get anxiety.
Well, too bad. I hope you have a panic attack live on the show.
Okay, thanks.
All right, I'm gonna give you 60 seconds. All right. Here's what I need you to do. Do you guys want, before knowing what it is, do you guys want to make a friendly wager between yourselves?
No.
Because whoever gets more wins.
All
right.
If he doesn't want to, then
All right. So you have 60 seconds,
I'm
right?
gonna pressure him.
The Yankees.
No, I will. I like being pressured.
You like being pressured and edged, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Oh my god. Hey, brother.
All right, 60 seconds. I'll give you the number that you're chasing too, and that'll be your one clue. The Yankees have retired 23 numbers in their history. You have 60 seconds to give me the 23 players that have their numbers retired. Starting, hold on, don't do it yet.
I didn't start.
All right, starting now, go. I guess am I going to distract you if I fill it?
No, keep talking.
Okay. So
Fill in that airtime.
okay, so we got to fill the airtime because we have 42 seconds left here. I thought this was interesting because we know Ryan's just going right off the top of his head here because I gave him the question yesterday. Because we know Chris thinks that we always cheat when we do shit like this. Okay. So
does it have to be in order, by the way?
No, it doesn't have to be in order. Okay. Got a super chat. Okay. Don't look at the chat. Guys, people in the chat, you can start filling out yours as well here. Okay. You got 15 seconds before pencils down. Okay. You want to do a Royal Rumble style countdown? Cody Rhodes won the Royal Rumble. He's going to face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pencils down. All right. Ryan, start with you. Stop writing, you dickhead. I see what you're doing.
Look, see what he does that
No,
shit.
I'm counting. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
I know a lot
I
more.
count mine. All right, I'll just read mine off.
How many do you have? Tell me how many.
All right, okay, wait, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
It's not even fair because I have 11, but I just
Wow, not even close.
Not even close.
Because I couldn't even think. You're fucking talking.
Oh,
and I couldn't hear anything. I was talking back. I was having a conversation with him.
Whatever.
He always has an excuse for why he loses.
Yeah. Wait. So now I'm missing. I guess I was missing 5.
Yeah.
5 of them then.
Billy Martin, on the TikTok challenge, they said 24, but I counted 23 on my list. So, all right,
ready?
Here
who's the other number 6? That's the one I was because there's 2 number 6. There's 2 number 8. 2 number 8.
Dickie and Yogi.
All right, here we go.
Dickie.
Number
Billy
1,
Martin.
Billy. All right,
Billy
if you did not have them, just let me know. Number 1,
Okay.
Billy Martin.
Yes.
Number 2, Derek Jeter.
Yes.
3, Babe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Slim Lewis. There you go. Okay.
Mhm.
Lou Gehrig is 4.
Yes.
5 for Joe D.
Yeah.
6 is Joe Torre.
Yep.
7 is the Mick.
Yep.
There's 2 8s, Yogi and Bill Dickey.
Yep.
Got it.
This bum Roger Maris is 9.
Yeah.
Got it.
10 Phil Rizzuto.
Yep. And then I just started
15,
going wild.
Whitey Ford.
No,
Listen, I'm
15's
going
not
in order.
Whitey Ford.
15 is Thurman Munson.
Thurman Munson.
Oh, he was 16. I missed Munson, dude. What the fuck?
Right, Whitey Ford was 16.
Yeah,
Okay.
16.
Jorge 20.
him.
Paul O'Neill
O'Neill.
21.
Oh, I skipped
have
him in my
O'Neill.
head. I forgot Paulie was retired.
I have
Donnie Baseball 23.
Got him.
Elston
Rivers.
Howard. Elston Howard is 32.
Oh, he was 32. Yeah, yeah. Oh, and then you had the first baseman, right? Wasn't he?
Casey Stengel's 37.
I missed him.
Mo 42.
Didn't
Uh,
write
this-
Mo, like I didn't get there in my head.
Andy Pettit, right? Next.
Yeah.
no, Reggie.
Reggie's
Reggie,
44.
then Andy,
Andy,
then Guidry,
Guidry,
then Bernie.
and Bernie.
Guidry was what, 49?
Wow. All right. So I missed Guidry, but thinking back on it, I remembered him.
So you
And
got
Howard.
You got smoked in this, Chris.
Yeah, that wasn't even close.
Not even
It's just
close.
not how my brain operates.
Okay, that's not how his brain
That's-
operates.
it's whenever you're facing me in anything, that's how your brain operates.
Everyone thinks
You
I'm
can't
such
beat
a
me.
douche, and they don't realize I just joke, man. Just a joke. Like I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
All right, let's close out the show. First time.
Well, can we just get to these super chats here that we
yeah,
might
go
have missed
ahead.
during
Okay.
that segment?
Sure.
Oh wait, that was the Slim Lewis one. I scrolled a little too far, but this one was from Old Sarge.
Okay, not new Sarge.
Would
Sarge.
Burnes have erased all the questions on this team? No. Chris, lose the douche whistle.
Wow, love. I swear to God, I opened this up before the show, and I meant to open the show telling you it's a fresh douche whistle.
Oh yeah, the deuce. Oh, that's so. Yeah, maybe the wager should have been that you have to replace that with an actual fucking whistle
Wow.
Or something
good.
that rhymes with mildo.
or rock.
That's good.
Do you have another super chat or is that it?
Nah, that's it.
All right, so
Man,
I
that's
don't.
funny, man.
All right, let's get to the voicemails. I don't know if Pete has to play in from the
Oh, man.
studio or not, but
Yeah,
let's.
you gotta do Pete.
Okay.
What's going on, fellas? This is Dane. I know you guys are going to talk about Spencer Jones and the Corbin Burnes trade. I just want to say on record, I was in for trading Jones for Burnes.
Fuck
So
yeah.
don't blame me when all the prospect huggers say that that's a bad deal. Have a great show, guys. Watching in the chat. Bye.
All right,
Okay.
Dane. Dane
Fuck
also
yeah.
said in the chat
Dane
that
or
Spencer.
James?
That was
Dane?
Dane, right? That
Dane,
was our
yes.
farm report lead expert. He also said in the chat that we should expect Spencer Jones this summer.
Wow.
Okay, so there you
that's-
go.
That's a prediction over there.
Did I
Dane.
not say this? Do I not get my information from credible
Okay.
sources?
That's
Okay.
right.
You get
That's
it?
right.
Okay.
All right. Do we have another one?
Let's go Yankees. This is Christian calling from Manhattan. So would I make that trade for Corbin Burnes? I want to say no, only because he's going to be a free agent at the end of the year, and he already said didn't matter which team would pick him up. He wants to get into free agency, so he's trying to get big bucks. You figure anywhere between $200 million and $300 million he's looking for. I'd rather actually trade for Cease from Chicago, who has, if I remember correctly, 2 to 3 years of control. He's younger than Corbin Burnes. Corbin Burnes is 29. Cease should be 23, 24. Put him in front of our pitching coach. You're going to see that ERA go down. Give him that offense and defense we have right now. He's going to fit real nicely. I say Cease is the better option. Thanks, man.
Yeah. I mean, good points there. Dylan Cease, though, is 28 years old, so he's
Okay.
he's
Number
right around
one.
the same age.
And if
Number
another
one,
if,
change your name. Okay.
Okay. And if they're
Okay.
getting Dylan Cease, look, if the Yankees are in it, which they should be,
In it to win it.
in it to win it by the trade deadline, and then they land Cease, and he's having a good year, and he can contribute the way I think Burnes could, because I think Dylan Cease is a great talent. They get a down year. I
Yeah.
think that was a fluke
And
year. I think that was the exception, not the rule.
Right. And
And
then
I think
again,
Dylan
sorry,
Cease
Chris,
can
keep going.
contribute. No, it's a big
No, I'm
if.
just gonna
If
say,
the
with
Yankees
the
get
whole
it, I
Corbin
agree.
Burnes thing, again, it's that addition by subtraction where now he's not in the Yankees, but he is on the Orioles, and that's the team that's gonna
You
stand
do have to
in the
factor
way.
that in. That's a
So
great point. You do.
that's we might have missed out on him, but us missing out on him now put him on the team that's
Yep.
clearly ahead of us now.
Right, but you can't. I mean, you should be reactionary to a degree, but if you make your addition, you can't really worry about what other teams are doing.
Right, but and that's the next step. Now they have to react to that signing.
All right.
Yeah.
Do we have one more we can do?
Hey guys, Kyle Malay here. Love the show so far. I really think we do need to go get Blake Snell, but are the Yankees going to do that? Like, I think, I don't know, but his front office, I just don't know if they're going to go back to him unless he comes to them. What do you guys think? Also, Trevor Bauer, give him like the league minimum with incentives. Like if something happens, he has to go. But yeah, tell me what you think, and you guys have a good night.
You sound like a guy who's having issues with fidelity in your marriage. Okay, that's what that sounds.
You sound very anxious, but
Yeah, no.
Come on,
honestly,
You're
Snell-
exasperated
Thanks
with
for the
this
fucking call.
with
I
this
don't
front office,
disagree
and we
with
get
you.
it. We get it.
I don't disagree with you with thinking that they're not going to go back to Snell because we always say follow the evidence in that sense. But I think there's been more rapport with Snell's team and where that's headed. And I do feel for some reason the Yankees do land him.
Yeah, I do too. I do think that I don't know. Maybe this is just wishful thinking that they'll find their way back to each other.
Mm-hmm.
One big problem in all this is Scott Boras is his agent, and he doesn't usually bend for anything.
Mm-mm.
I don't know if
Maybe
he's
he does
gonna
for
bend
Drake.
that
I don't
much.
know.
Maybe he does. Okay,
Oh.
it's gonna hurt. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Okay,
that was
so-
it. There's no more voicemails. That was the last. Thank
So
you.
I
everyone who
had to
called
make
in.
it. I made the Drake
I
joke.
like the
okay?
voicemails. Okay.
Yeah,
I
for
do
sure.
like the voicemails,
Keep them
man.
coming.
Let's keep
going
it.
forward.
Let's keep
I like
that up.
them.
Let's get him. Let's get him. I'd love to do like 10 of them.
Maybe maybe that would be something we could
Literally
do as like a bonus episode. We'll just do a straight voicemail
Ooh.
episode.
Hell yeah, dude. That would be
That'd
great.
be fun.
Something we could work on. Okay.
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 So before we wrap up the show here, this is our last show before the big Super Bowl on Sunday. Do you have a final score, a prediction?
I do. It's dead on.
Oh, it is. And I'm telling everybody in the chat right now that if you have a FanDuel or DraftKings or whatever account, whatever Chris says, bet the opposite.
Well,
It is
no,
proven
no,
true.
no,
Whoever he's
don't-
rooting for.
Hold on. Don't mislead people. Because who I'm rooting for and who I think is going to win are two different answers.
Oh, you're picking Kansas
I'm
City
rooting
to win?
hard. I
Oh.
tried to
San Fran.
Here's what I tried to do. I tried to
Chiefs
trick
are
myself.
Fucking going back to back.
I tried to trick myself and really fall in love with Kelsey and Mahomes so that I could root for them because I want the 49ers to beat them so bad, and I'm a jinx. That's what I am.
Mm-hmm.
But the truth is,
Did Pete ever say thank you to you for the 49ers coming back last week?
No.
Yeah,
And I
he
told you it was
owes
going to
you.
happen. I told you guys, put all your money on
Literally,
San Fran
the
coming back.
second that you texted us and said you're rooting hard for
I said
the
I'm
Lions.
no, it's when I'm actively rooting for a team. So I got to my house. I sat down finally. I was working earlier. I sat down, turned the game on. I texted you guys and I said I'm actively rooting for the Lions now.
That
So put your money
second,
on
that second, San
second
Francisco. Not
came
even
back.
kidding. This is not hyperbole. That second that I read that text came through, San Francisco it started to come back.
I swear to
Yeah,
God,
it
I said-
was like instantaneous.
It was. And
All right,
so
so give
every
us your
team I've
prediction
rooted
here.
for has lost. The Yankees, who I've rooted for my whole life, continue to lose. So it's just a thing.
Okay, losers.
I'm rooting hard for the Niners.
Hard.
I hate the Chiefs.
So say hard.
And just real quick, I know we're running long, but it's not like a bandwagon thing where
So Drake.
where I hate. I don't hate successful teams.
We all got one in.
Like I love the Patriots. I love Tom Brady, no matter how many times they won.
Yeah. What do I
hate
get?
the Chiefs because I just fucking hate the Chiefs.
Drake the Snake.
Rooting hard for the Niners, but here's your final score. 31-21 Chiefs.
All right,
It's a good
Ryan.
final. I'll go 26-19 Chiefs.
That's
winning
that's a little
score.
out there.
I'm
out
hoping
there,
that it's a
dude.
6-9 final because I got that. That's my, those are I have those numbers in my box pool.
He's got
so.
that's what's in his box.
in his
He's got
box,
69 in his box.
69.
It's not Roger Clemens in my
Ryan's
box.
got 69 in his box.
It's
Okay.
69.
Where
John,
did-
my garlic fries are everywhere.
Where did this show go between Drake and Brian having 69 in his box?
I don't.
Brian. Did you just call him Brian?
Whatever,
I said
man.
Ryan.
Listen,
Okay. Ryan.
You know, I am Brian Cashman.
All right. So the last time these two teams played in the Super Bowl, the
years ago.
Chiefs came back on
Jimmy G.
the Niners late. I'm predicting that Travis Kelce is going to be like, yeah, I'm banging Taylor Swift. They're going to be up like 14 points in the fourth quarter. He's going to be out there douching it up. And then that's when the Niners come back. They're going to win 31-28.
Wow, I like that.
He's going to be douching it up out there.
Even though I'm rooting for the Niners, you still want to hold that.
Yeah, you know what? I want to, like you said, you want to like Travis
Does
Kelce,
the curse
but
break?
he's such a douchebag.
Does the curse break? Does the Chris Stacy jinx break this Super Bowl?
I hope for America, I hope it does.
For the Yankee fans, you hope it does.
Well, I'm just talking about the NFL. Like,
Yeah, I agree.
they're gonna, they're gonna give Taylor the Lombardi Trophy to hold if
Absolutely.
they win.
Yeah,
She's gonna
fair.
be on the podium with
Yeah,
them.
She will be.
Yeah. All right. Deal.
So, had a lot of fun tonight. Honestly, usually after we record, we'll say that was a great episode, and somebody will rank it. I don't know if I'm going to put this up here as like a top 5 episode. I thought this was an excellent episode. We worked through a lot of things. This is what we do on this show. Like Chris
It's
comes
like
out here,
therapy, dude.
he's like fucking Fred Flintstone swinging a mallet at a rock.
Come on,
and then,
Vaughn.
And then we
Like
and
Drake
then,
swing.
and then and then we work through shit. And then somewhere
Right.
along the way, while I'm working Chris through something, somebody triggers me, and then I go off, and
Yeah.
Ryan's just
Yeah,
Ryan's just
fucking here
Just
and
there.
Ryan's just
in
there
my own world.
making voices.
And that's really just
That's the show right
that's
there.
the show.
And beating Chris at fucking
And
trivia.
being
Fuck
being
you.
Chris at trivia. Okay,
Fuck
so we want to There's almost another Drake reference in there, but we'll leave it alone, even though he can't. Oh, Jesus Christ Almighty! All right, so well, Drake took a video with Aaron Judge the other day. So the obvious question is, whose bat's bigger?
I don't know, dude. That's a great question. That's a great question.
Time to wrap up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Cody
wrap it
Rhodes
up.
and Roman Reigns in the main event of WrestleMania. Everybody should be looking forward to that. The Rock will be around. That should be awesome. So things to keep us busy until the New York Yankees play some baseball. They'll be in camp. Next time we talk to you, the Yankees will be in camp. I know it's such a ceremonial thing, pitchers and catchers reporting, but it's like the first landmark, the first date on the calendar to really look forward to, that baseball is back. So when we're back next Thursday, the Yankees will have pitchers and catchers in camp. It's an exciting time. I know there's a lot of things that we want the Yankees to do, but anytime baseball is back, I'm going to get excited for it. So that's where we're at. We want to thank everybody for being in the chat tonight. If you're still there, like and subscribe to NYYU. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, leave us a 5-star rating and review. And don't be a friggin' jabroni. Go outside, tell your neighbors, tell your friends about NYYST and NYYU. Spread the word of mouth here, not the girth of Drake, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so there you go. We want to thank everybody for their continued support of NYYST and NYYU. We want to thank everybody for listening and watching episode 367. SGR.
Go Yanks.
Chris, say goodbye.
Peace.
Top 10 radar, yeah, we on your radar. Never miss, dog, and that's on occasion. Yeah, we on your radar. Yeah.
Hey, look, top floor lifestyle, chef and boy, I'm cooking up. Way too high, ain't coming down. You see me if you looking up. I don't really talk too much, I show I'm running numbers up. Lucky that I'm strolling up, I'm going off, they know what's up. Wrist too silly, yeah.